welcome mowers. Today I have a super awesome possum video for you, and I'm really excited to talk about this subject. We're talking about a question I get asked frequently, and that is, which type of mower should I purchase? Okay, there's really two main options, a drivable or a pushable. And you know what? It's really going to come down to the size of your operation. That's the bottom line, and that's really what's going to decide for you. But there are a lot of factors that go into the operation that can affect your purchase, and we're going to talk about today. I hope I can lean you towards an option, and I hope you guys get out there mowing. I love cutting some grass, favorite thing in the world. Let's get right into it. Factor number one, okay? Now, this is going to be property size. We're not going to come down to specific measurements, but at the end of the day, you're going to have a big lawn or you're going to have a small lawn, all right? And that's really going to decide long-term which one you're going to purchase. If you know for sure you're going to be mainly working on large-scale operations, fields, big lawns, rich people, those mansion stuff. I don't deal with those personally, but if you know you're going to be working with those, you're going to have to lean towards a drivable, all right? For a couple reasons. It can handle the size better, and it's also, we're going to talk about some other factors here, but larger lawn, you're going to want to lean towards a drivable. Smaller lawn, backyard, front lawn, very residential, you're going to have to go with the pushable, all right? It's appropriate for the job at hand, and it's going to get the job done. I'm going to say that a lot this video, but there's no shame in a pushable, guys. I have an electric pushable, and it's probably the most beautiful thing that's happened to me since I was born, all right? God, I love grass. Let's go on factor number two. That's going to go hand in hand with factor number one. This is going to be property shape. Now, this is something a lot of people don't consider, all right? But as a 10 years of experience lawnmower, I consider anything and everything, all right? When I say property shape, what I'm talking about is, are you going to have these complex lawns, lots of curves, lots of trees, items in the yard, accessories in the yard. I almost said you don't want that, but you do. You're going to have to lean towards a drivable. And I'm sorry to say that, but a drivable, especially the ones that can do the 360 turns, it's going to handle the job better for those tight crevices, those hard to maneuver places. A pushable, it's not good at turning, it's not good at maneuvering, and it's just not going to get the job done. But if you have a very simple lawn, I'm talking rectangle, square, whatever. If it's simple, clean cut, you're going to have to lean towards a pushable on that one. It's going to handle that simple job better. It's going to be, once again, appropriate for the job. Because, at the end of the day, you can get a drivable and do any lawn you want. But is it appropriate? All right, hear me out. You can have the nicest hammer on the block. But is it appropriate for hammering some nails? That's a weird analogy, but let's get right into factor number three, speed of the job that is required. I'm talking about these high-profile clients. They want you to, same-day delivery, within the hour even. I don't like those. Those guys, I talked about it last video. They have a stick up somewhere. But you have to deal with them. So if you know you're going to be doing speedy jobs long-term, you're going to have to lean towards a drivable. It's faster, like mentioned earlier. It's easy to maneuver, and typically it'll get the job done faster. All right, let me take a sip of my creatine real quick. That's right. God, so good. Anyway. But yeah, if you know that you're going to be doing jobs that really don't have a sort of expectation for that speed, I'm talking, maybe you're mowing your own lawn and you don't care. Maybe you're mowing your neighbor's lawn. They're really relaxed. You can lean towards a pushable. All right, it's slower, but also once again, it's appropriate. I hate to say it over and over, but that's just how it is. Drivable mower can do it, but is it appropriate for the job at hand? All right. Now, factor number 4 is something a lot of people don't consider, but I do, okay? I consider everything. God. This is going to be available storage on hand. All right. When you guys think about where you're going to put your mower, that's actually extremely essential. It's going to keep it clean. It's going to keep it working order. And you genuinely want a safe place to put it, okay? Drivable mowers, are larger. All right, you can't, especially, for my middle class boys out here, I'm sorry, but you can't just put it in your one car garage. It's huge. It's like the size of a golf cart. All right. You're going to have to get or need either a 2-car garage or a shed. And if you don't have that, then you cannot get a drivable mower. This is the make or break of whether you're going to purchase it. All right. Let's say you check off all these boxes. You're doing large lawns. You need the speed. The property shape is complex. And, the next factor, which I'm not going to tell you. But you don't have a shed to put it. Then you can't get it. All right. You cannot store this baby outside. It's going to rot. It's going to rust. And you know what? That just pains me to see a lawnmower in pain. All right. I really suffer. So, yeah, if you don't have a shed or you don't have a 2-car garage, you're going to have to get a pushable. And I'm sorry about that. Let's move on to the last factor. Factor number 5. This is going to be budget. This is probably, when people think of buying a mower, this is the first thing they think of. Shit, I just got a notification. My bad. This is the first thing they think of is budget. Can you afford it? I don't really want to talk about money, but I'm just saying drivable mowers typically are really expensive. I'm think $1,000, $2,000 for the nice ones. Pushable mowers they're cheaper, all right? And I think when you're considering buying either one, you just need to keep in mind that although a drivable mower is sweet and sick, and I freaking love it, dude. Oh my God, it turns me on. I dream about it at night. It does the same job as a pushable. All right, a pushable cuts the grass. A drivable cuts the grass. You're going to have to swallow some of your pride here if you can't either afford one or your job just isn't appropriate for a drivable. It's super sick, and I've wanted a drivable my whole life. But the work I do just isn't appropriate. You know what I'm saying? You really need to keep that in mind. And I really hope I lead you guys towards the right decision. Something you need to consider is, it'll get the job done. And I think, yeah, drivable, cool. Pushable, just as cool. You can be sexy on a pushable. That's going to conclude our video for today. I hope you guys get out there, cut some grass, make some lawnmower purchases. Drop down in the comments below what kind of lawnmower you got. And I'll see you guys in the next video.